Hey guys, welcome back to Playground Sessions. I'm Phil, and today we're going to be looking at Ed Sheeran's Photograph. We've got the full song with all the parts in the Playground Sessions app, which you can find over at playgroundsessions.com. But in today's video, we're going to be learning specifically the introduction. Now, before we break everything down and look at it a little slower and hand separately and all that, why don't you just give it a listen and a watch one time as I play through the section that we're going to be learning today. It goes a little something like this. 1, 2, 3, go. So as I mentioned, this is just the intro section to the tune, and it's actually Playground Sessions' original arrangement at the intermediate difficulty level. But over in the app, along with the other parts of the song, we've also got this whole song in different difficulty levels, rookie and advanced. Alright, let's break this down starting with the right hand. Let's get our hand up in position. We're going to have our thumb on a B below middle C, right there, and our pinky on the G. This is just one note wider than a 5-note position, right? We've got to stretch just a tiny bit. But we're going to have our thumb on B and pinky on G. Play that with me one time. Ready? B, G. There's our position. Okay? Now, before we start playing, a couple more things. Take a look up at the top left here. Right before your first note, you see the key signature. What does that say? Well, the key signature tells you that there's one sharp in this song. Every F that you see in the song is going to be sharp. That's because we're in the key of G for this arrangement. We also see the time signature just to the right of the key signature, and that tells us that there are 4 beats in each measure for this song. Alright, so back up in our position. The first beat of this song is actually a rest, and then we come in on the and of 1 with our pinky on G. And our very next note is an F, but don't forget the key signature tells us it's an F sharp. Back to G, and we're going to tie to the next G, which means we're going to hold it and not play the next one. Okay, then we drop down with our third finger, our middle finger, to D. And then 2 on C, and 1 on B. Okay, guess what? Measure 2, exact same thing. We go rest, G, F sharp, G, hold, D, C, B. Okay? Guess what? Measure 3, same idea. We go rest, G, F sharp, G, D, C, B. And measure 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all the same. Measure 8 is the outlier. Let's skip ahead for a second. We're going to jump up to our B an octave higher than where our thumb has been. And we're going to play. But for today's video, I want to leave that to the side. This is a pickup measure to the next section. Okay, it's the beginning of the melody of our verse. And we're not covering that in this lesson today. We're just covering the intro. So the good news is, the figure that we just learned, that goes rest, is on repeat through this whole section. We basically just have to learn one measure, and then we get 7 measures worth of music out of it. So let's set our metronomes to 104, which is the full tempo for this song, and let's play through all 7 measures. We're going to pause at measure 8 when we get to the pickup measure of the verse. We're not going to play that today. But let's set the metronome to 104 and let's do this together. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Alright, great. Now if that felt a little fast, make sure you go and rewind and play back with me at that slower tempo. The beauty of the video lesson, right? Take as much time as you need there. Then meet me back where we just were at 104 to finish out that right hand part. Alright, I think it's time for some left hand action. We're going to be in a nice and easy C position, an octave below middle C. Here's middle C. We're going to have our pinky or 5th finger on the low C. And then each finger on the next note up to thumb on G. Okay? So we're going to start with that G. And just a tip before we start playing this left-hand section, notice every chord symbol, G, E minor, D, and C. Okay? We play the bass note of those chords, and then we play an exact same note the following measure. So essentially we repeat each measure one time. So we've got G, and then another G. Then we go to E with our third finger, and we play another E. Look ahead, we go to D with our fourth finger, and then we play another D, and then C finally. Well, guess what? That's the whole section. Not bad, right? Let's do it one more time here. Same tempo, 104. 1, 2, here we go. G. Again. Now E. Look ahead. We got a D. And then finally C. Great work. So left hand was easy. Let's get both hands up there now and work on gelling these guys together. Okay, so let's review. Left hand in the low C position, right hand B to G position. Don't forget about F sharps in the key signature. And we're going to go at a slow tempo before we do it at our 104. We're going to actually go at 74. Okay, we're going to slow it down quite a bit. And we're going to focus on switching between the hands. Now, don't get me wrong, we're playing hands together here, but let's take a look at when the hands enter, or when they start playing. Left hand always plays at the beginning of a measure, so we'll go 3, 4, 1. Right on beat 1 we play with the left hand. The right hand, however, always rests on beat 1, and then plays on the following beat. So you could think about this like left hand and right hand are alternating. That should make it a little easier. But we're going to go at the 74 slow tempo so you can practice putting those hands together. Then we'll try it once more together at the full tempo. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Left hand down to E, right hand the same. Down to D. And finally C. And we'll pause there. All right, guys, that's the 74 tempo. Please do that as many times as you need. You want that feeling really comfy before we move on to our full tempo. All right, hands together, full tempo. This is the moment we've been waiting for Photograph by Ed Sheeran, the intro. Now remember, when you're done with this, if you want to learn the rest, head to playgroundsessions.com, check out the app. We've got the rest of the song plus a ton more songs. But we'll get to that later. For now, let's play. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. And that'll take us to the verse. So, as I mentioned, verse, chorus, bridge, whole song with all the parts put together, and different difficulty levels, all at playgroundsessions.com. Check out the app. You can finish it out there. Well, guys, once again, I'm Phil, and if you love what you learned here today, remember, hit the subscribe button to your left. We've got song lessons where we show you how to play the main sections of songs from all sorts of different artists, like Coldplay, Beethoven, Miles Davis, John Legend, the Beatles, many more. And we're also putting out theory videos where we deconstruct popular music, we talk about chord progressions, rhythms, we'll be talking about practice tips, arranging and composing tricks, all sorts of stuff, everything related to the piano. You can find it here on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you like what you saw today in the video, well, that was me using the Playground Sessions app. That's right, the features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the full playground experience. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, the app has incredible interactive feedback and gaming features. full songs broken down by sections and in different difficulty levels, and a whole music theory boot camp section, all taught by YouTube star David Sides. So click the app button on the left to learn more. Alright guys, I'm Phil and you're watching Playground Sessions. Hit that subscribe button so I can see you for the next video.